Time for another Affinity Photo tutorial. Today we're going to be recreating this knockout glitch effect. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get rid of what we have here and start from scratch. So I am going to stick with this background here. This is just a little purple to blue gradient. But let's come in here and bring in some text. And we'll just type out the word glitch. And I am going to make this all white. And we'll size it up a little bit so we can see what we're doing. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a skew with using the perspective tool here. So I'm going to hold down Shift, grab a corner and bring it over, come over to the other side, and we're just eyeballing this to give it some skew. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we'll go ahead and apply that. All right, so let's go ahead and make two copies of this text. So Command J and Command J. And we'll come up to the uppermost layer and let's turn this one red. Kind of give it that chromatic aberration look. And I'm just going to grab the dropper tool here, grab all these letters, make those red, and we'll make that transparent for right now. We'll come down to the next layer and we'll grab a blue somewhere around there. And we're going to do the same thing with this. We'll just come in here and turn these in blue. We'll make our red layer visible again. We're going to take our white layer and bring it up to the top. And then all we're going to do is we're going to move the colored layers over just a little bit. We'll move the red over to the left, 4 or 5 pixels. Let's grab the blue one, bring it over to the right, 4 or 5 pixels, and then we're going to group these together, these 3 colored layers. And we'll go ahead and rasterize and trim those. Now to create our glitch effect, and this is very simple to do. Let's grab our rectangular marquee, and we're just going to drag out a shape over the text. And by holding Command and Shift, we're just going to move it over just a little bit in one direction, and then we'll make another selection. And you can vary these in size and the amount that you're moving them, depending on how dramatic you want to make it look. Go that direction with that. So we're just going to do this real quick to create our glitch. And again, you can get as creative with this as you like. And Command D to deselect. So here we go. We have our basic glitch effect. Let's dress this up a little bit so that we can prepare to knock it out. Let's go ahead and make 2 copies of this. Command J and then Command J again. And we'll take that uppermost one, come down here and apply a Gaussian blur to it. And we'll bring that up to about, let's say about 5 pixels or so. And then we'll take that layer and we're going to change the blending mode to pin light. And then we'll do the next layer down. We'll do the same thing. We'll apply a slightly larger Gaussian blur. Let's go with like 10 pixels with this. And same thing. We're going to change the blending mode to pin light. So now we've got a little bit of a glow effect there, which is looking good. So now to create our knockout layer and to give it some more stylization, we're going to take our white layer and we'll duplicate that and we'll bring that to the top of the stack. And once we're there, let's open up our layer effects and we'll give this a few things here. Let's go in, create an outline, and let's use some of the colors that we'll work with this. We'll stick with like a red-ish color, apply it to the inside, and we'll bring the radius up a little bit. Okay, right about there. And then maybe an inner glow. Let's make that the bluish color. Again, we're just playing at this point here. And we'll bring the radius up a little bit on that. Alrighty, so we've got that. And now, if we take our blending mode on this layer and change it to negation, you can see we've knocked out the center and we've still got some nice outlines going around there. What we could do as well with this, if we'd like, is we could add a Gaussian blur to this layer. Like so. And then if you wanted to take a step further, we could duplicate this layer. And when we do that, the negation gets negated, so it brings it back to white. So now really what we can do, come in here to our blending options, and we can play with this now. We can say, okay, you know, this is the effect we get with the darker color, lighten. So there's quite a few variations that you can create here using just the different blending options until you find one that you like. By varying the opacity and adding more blur, you can do quite a few different things with it. So that was a really, really quick tutorial on how to create this glitch effect, and again, to go with the knockout effect. Hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the like button. Better yet, subscribe so you can see more of these tutorials, and I really appreciate you watching. Thanks. Peace. Talk to you later.